Hey you guys, this is Cherry Blossoms, and welcome back to Autumn's Journey. So we're on part 8, or chapter 8 rather. So we left off at the guild. So, really? Once again I was staring at the bulletin board, trying to find something, anything. I could tell it was nearing the end of fall because the herb gathering postings were gone, along with the farm help. I want to be a knight before the postings. Postings are all requests for the shoveling snow. Come on, something, anything. Another battle tournament? No, if I give in to that, Carrot wins. It was then I noticed a posting that recruited both knights and knights in training. I hastily snatched it up, almost knocking down other postings in my rush. Another escort mission. I haven't done that since we left Barry. Merchant Ventures? Name sounds familiar. Oh, it's a delivery to Norvale. That's pretty far. Swaying back and forth, I tried to weigh my options. On one hand, it was a good opportunity to mingle with real knights. On the other, it meant leaving Oliver. I wondered whether the boys would be up for another long journey. I reread the posting multiple times before zeroing in on the deadline. Pretty soon. I don't like making snap decisions without care and Ilmari's input first. Maybe if I hurry, I could. The receptionist was leaning over with one elbow propped on the table. I raised an eyebrow, amused by my indecisiveness. I showed the posting to her, hoping for a second option. What do you think of this? Oh, this one. It'll definitely earn you some points towards your graduation to knight status. You're pretty close too, and this is a high-ranking request. Actually, if you accept that posting, you'll most likely be knighted. I slapped the posting down on the counter. Oh my goodness. You're really... Done! She accepted the paper and gave me a smaller note with directions, meeting time, and names. Wow, looks like quite a few people accepted this one. Sounds important. Apparently the contents are very valuable, hence all the bodyguards. There was something nagging at me, but the excitement of accepting such a critical task made me giddy. I practically sprinted out of the guild in the direction of the gardens, hoping to find Carrie and Ilmari there. To Norvale, huh? I don't know, Lorelli. Yeah, it's a little out of the way, but it'll be a good experience, and we'll see a new town. I think they specialize in mining and all that. I'm sure the Dragon Altar would be impressive. Not that you need to see them anymore, Care.
I don't care.
I don't care either way, Ilmari. What was that merchant company again? Merchant Ventures. A dark expression flickered across Ilmari's face. Is that the same group we escorted when we left Barry? I rubbed my head as I reflected back. Oh, you're right, we did help them before. Are you concerned it'll be dangerous again? Don't worry, there'll be even more bodyguards this time around. However, Ilmari was frantically shaking his head as I explained. It's not that. When we escorted the carriage, and when the box fell, I saw its contents. I'm pretty sure it was dragon remains. A tense atmosphere engulfed us, and it took me a moment to register everything.
What? No.
What? No, that can't be. Are you absolutely positive? And you didn't tell us? Or our masters? Keeping something like this a secret is... Hear me out. I know I shouldn't have remained quiet about it. At first I thought I was wrong. I've never stumbled upon dragon remains myself, and I'm not that familiar with Seraphis, but the feathers, the bones... I knew if I reported this to Master Kaya, we would both immediately be ordered back, even if I was just guessing, no exceptions. I was selfish. I didn't want the journey to end so abruptly.
I'm sorry.
My master was right. I wasn't ready to be a representative for dragonkind. If I hope to build better relationship between our races, I shouldn't disregard acts like this. Kara peered at me dubiously. You had no idea something like this was going on? I fervently shook my head.
What?
None! I wasn't aware of this at all. I paused, realizing I was treading on delicate territory. Foul implications aside, is there something wrong about possessing dragon remains? Kara and Ilmari stared at me as if I'd uttered blasphemy in the church. I immediately glanced down in chagrin. No one should be possessing dragon remains. What he means is, when a dragonkind dies, their body eventually returns to Ashtera. Earth dragons become the mountains, Urias become the rivers and lakes, which is why we prefer to die in peace, where no one can find our remains. It's sacrilegious to disturb them, and any dragonkind that accidentally discovers them will immediately avoid the resting place. I highly doubt that Heavenkind got hold of those remains with a dragonkind's blessing. No, a dragonkind can't return to Ashtera if their remains are disturbed. So those people acquired the remains through furtive means? Maybe it was an accident. You did say even dragonkind can stumble upon them. Maybe the merchants had no ideas those belonged to dragonkind. Kara glared at me accusingly. Are you defending them?
What?
But no, I mean... I sighed and rubbed my forehead. I'm trying to make sense of this. I don't think my people would do something that disrespectful. At least, I'd like to believe that. We don't have much to go on. Now I see why Ilmari was so hesitant bringing the box's contents up earlier. Too many questions and not enough answers. Everything regarding this was unsettling and ominous. I glanced down at my note, then saw the place and time to meet the carriage. It'll be leaving soon. You're still accepting the quest? Really, I don't want you getting involved with merchant ventures. Please reconsider. Kara placed a hand on Ilmari's shoulder. Let her do what she wants. I didn't say I would. I'm going to see if I can check the contents. Since Ilmari isn't 100% sure that he even saw dragon remains, right? He nodded meekly. I want to think I didn't. Then let's stop speculating and get some clear answers. I'll go. But what if the cargo isn't the same? The carriage is recruiting quite a few knights and senior KITs, so the contents should be important. It's possible that they are the same. The carriage is recruiting quite a few knights. Oh, whoops, I didn't actually go on. What would Heavenkind want with dragon remains anyways? Wait here. If you accompany, it'll definitely attract attention. I'll be back shortly. Maybe that's why the merchant who hired us in Barry was so nervous. He was being guarded by dragonkind. Mari appeared distraught by the idea of me going, while Kara simply nodded to encourage me. Don't take too long. Right, leave it to me. I broke off from the group and quickly left for the location indicated on the note. It said to just meet outside the city, by the one of the fields. I soon spotted a 2-horse carriage with the Merchant Ventures sign etched on its side. There were only a few people outside of the carriage chatting, so I knew I had arrived early. Discreetly, I approached the other side of the vehicle and peered through the window. Sure enough, there was a long, ornate box, similar to the one we had escorted to Oliver. Fingers grazed the handle of the carriage door. I gave it a gentle tug, but it refused to budge. Foiled already. As I pondered on whether to find an alternative, someone roughly grabbed my shoulder. I whipped around, my hand rising to my hilt impulsively. An older man with short peppered hair and a sword at his hip glowered at me. What are you doing here? I pulled out my crumpled note. I'm a knight in training who joined this assignment. After examining me and glancing at my badge, he nodded curtly. Then you should properly act like one. Looking suspicious will get you instantly dismissed from the task. I was just curious. I'm sorry, being a KIT and all. Then take your position. We will be leaving on our client's orders. We dispersed and I glanced back at our city walls, finding the urge to return to my friends. If I left now, I would be removed from the mission anyways, and I still hadn't seen what the cargo held. I would have to carry out my duty, at least until I had another opportunity to check the box. Sorry, Ilmari, this will take a little longer than I anticipated. As more knights, roughly 7 of them, and the merchant client, whom I overheard was called Dervishi, okay, gathered around the carriage. The coachman hoisted himself onto the perch. I knew we would be setting off in a few minutes. I hope Kara and Ilmari don't think I'm deserting them. I anxiously looked back, but as the horses started trotting, I forced myself to follow the group. In a desperate attempt, I tossed the note on the ground, even though I was pretty sure the chances of the boys finding it were slim. Not like I had any other method of communicating with them. I lingered behind while my eyes darted from one knight to the next. They were all in uniform, the breastplates shone brilliantly, and they each had a trusty weapon at their hip or strapped to their back. Usually I would be elated just to be in their presence, but my mind was on other things. The city of Oliver vanished from sight as we entered the northern forest. Unlike the birch forest surrounding Barry, these trees were thicker and the terrain was more rocky, although still a far cry from mountainous. I did my best to remain reserved, but the Lady Bayard's name was brought up, and the knights asked me many questions about her and me. A few were more interested in my sword skills, since she had personally trained me. That's still really all they perceive when they see me. We did not make our first stop until mid-afternoon. As the knights ate, talked, or went for scouting, I approached the carriage again. Although I did not have the chance to physically check the box, maybe Dervishi would let something slip out about the contents? The carriage door was open. Dervishi sat inside comfortably, talking to the prominent knight with the peppered hair, who casually stood by the vehicle. Rather terrible design flaw. When swift strike to the chest and the sternum will shatter. Which is why, even if it's aesthetically pleasing, it's not ideal and actual. Eavesdropping isn't helping either. What are the chances that I would catch important information anyways? Giving up, I sidled away from the carriage. About the contents. Wait. Surprised, I turned around, only to slam my knee into the wheel. Ow! As I rubbed my leg and stood up, the knight peered around the vehicle and spotted me. Did you need something? No, I was just going to ask how much longer break would be. No more than 10 minutes. Relay that to the others. Right, I'll do that. I gave an awkward salute and hobbled away, berating myself that I had lost a chance. I didn't even feel like passing on the message. Instead, I just wandered off while I tried to clear my thoughts. Eavesdropping hadn't worked. The box was always under constant surveillance, and I doubted directly asking would help. It's harder than it looks. The bushes beside me rustled, and I automatically drew my sword and pointed it at the leaves. I heard a small cry of protest. Your reflexes are scary. It's just me. I blinked and lowered my sword. And see, I knew it was going to be him. Oh, Mari. Actually, the scene changes depending on whose route you go on, so that's cool. Ilmari crawled out from under the bush and grumbled, brushing dirt off his clothes indignantly. Should have expected. I sheathed my sword. Sorry, Ilmari. Instinct. How did you find me anyways? Where's Care? We just asked how to get to Norville. There's only one main road. Care is keeping an eye on the carriage. So the note thing didn't work. Note? Never mind. Were you able to see what the contents were? I shook my head in disappointment. No, and I've been trying all day. Surrounded by 9 people, 7 of them armed. I agree it wouldn't be easy. If only there was some sort of distraction. I trailed off and contemplated for a moment. Ilmari folded his arms thoughtfully. Peaceful method. I agree. Care would probably want to seize the box by force, but we don't even know if it contains dragon remains. I'd rather avoid an ambush too. Any magic you could use? I can create a fog or mist. It'll limit their vision and should give you the opportunity to sneak a peek. And if the box really does contain dragon remains? Ilmari clasped his hands together, appearing rather conflicted. We'll take it. However, that means your mission. I took out my badge and glanced at the KIT letters before shoving it back into my pocket. It's fine. It'll just be a minor setback. Right now, this is more important. Touched, Ilmari beamed delightedly. Thank you. I knew I could count on you, Aurelie. He grasped my hands and gave me a gentle headbutt. He then turned, looking worryingly in the direction of the carriage. They're gathering again. You should return. I'll inform Care of the plan and set up a trap. I'll try to discourage him from making any rash decisions. Thank you. Be careful. You too. I immediately jogged back and took my position beside the horses. I felt bad deceiving the knights, but it was the only way to know if the coffer held dragon remains. Please just be normal cargo. I slowly moved closer to the carriage and eventually let it pass me as I pretended to guard the rear. I would need to position myself optimally. The air around me cooled, and I shivered as the temperature dropped rapidly. A mist emerged from the ground and soon enshrouded us. Many of the knights paused, and the carriage slowed down. Fog? At this time? But it was clear just a second ago. A loud roar followed. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I thought there was just no music, but I turned off the volume. No! I am so sorry, you guys. I didn't realize that my volume was off. Okay. A knight was swiftly rammed to the side and vanished into the mist, causing the others to panic. Was that a ghost? Whoa, effective. Swords were drawn, and the knights formed a tightly knit group to defend themselves. I took this opportunity to dash to the carriage and throw open the door. I heard another thud, followed by a scream. Dervishi was huddled on the seat, and I barged in, tugging on his arm. It's not safe here. You need to get out of here now. Out of the corner of my eye, I spied the box on the floor. I yanked on Dervishi's arm again, and he reluctantly got out. As soon as he was outside, I dived inside and shut the door. Hey! Sorry. I snatched up the box and proceeded to exit out the other side, or tried to, until I realized the door was locked from the inside. These doors! Foiled again. Infuriated that my plans were being thwarted by wooden barriers, pushed open the other door, nearly smacking the client in the face as I slipped out. Sorry again. He saw that I had the box, and his eyes widened in outrage. Traitor! Thief! I ducked and darted around the carriage, alarming the horses as I headed straight into the thickest part of the mist. I could hear the knights scrambling to find me, and as Dervishi screamed orders at them. Heart pounding, I increased the distance between us. I unsheathed my sword and widened my stance, hoping not to falter now. I'm not handing it over. Pity, I hate searching. Lifting the mace, he slammed it into the ground. Another chasm opened up and I screamed, my body paralyzed.